Our 43-yard line. McCray in shotgun. He's got three receivers flanked wide to the right. He looks outside, completes a bit of a hitch pass, but that receiver tackled immediately by that New Brunswick front seven. Folks, sorry to be a little bit late starting today. University of Guelph's got a lot of steps for an old guy. In Football Canada's production of the Eastern Challenge, the U16 Eastern Challenge, where Nova Scotia currently facing second and long. McCray in the shotgun. Looks, he airs one out down the sidelines, and he has got a late host today, Don Edwards. I apologize once again for being late and for people missing sparkling, sterling commentary of the first. 2nd and 10. Now we'll see if that doesn't back up the safety. Dunfield a little bit. You can see Dunfield is standing at his 35, ball being scrimmaged, or his 25 rather, 15 yards deep from the line of scrimmage. McCray keeps two guys in the block, rolls to his right. He is a threat to run. He dumps that off, completes it to his receiver out in the flat, and he's running down the sidelines for Nova Scotia, and a big first down. This drive continues right into scoring territory for Nova Scotia. Keeps two backs home. Looks, throws, connects with a receiver at about the 10, and he's going to be wrestled down somewhere between. McKay. He's got two backs offset in the backfield. He looks, he's getting happy feet, tries to avoid the New Brunswick rush, gets outside, throws it away. Wise move by McCray. He would have lost significant yardage. Big pressure. McCray remains in the shotgun. Two receivers wide to the right. Three receivers to the left. He's got Sanchez in the backfield. McCray looks, throws a hitch. We're going to get that ball across the 5-yard line, and it'll set up first and goal for Nova Scotia. 56 seconds remaining in the first half of this abridged football contest. You're watching Football Canada's broadcast of the U16 Eastern Challenge. McRae is on to attempt a field goal. Ball is snapped, it's spotted, it's up, and it is good. So with 40.6 seconds remaining in the first half, that'll make the score Nova Scotia 3 and New Brunswick no score. In this penalty is against New Brunswick, so Nova Scotia will take those 3 points off the score and start first and goal at their 7. So first and goal Nova Scotia at their, looks like they're being spotted. They'll be half the distance, so probably the 3.5 or the 4-yard line. First and goal for Nova Scotia. Field is to the top part of your monitor. Near side, where the boundary side is at the bottom of your monitor. One back set, that's Sanchez. And plunging ahead, trying to drive their way into the end zone is Nova. McKay under center. No, sorry, he's in shotgun. Sanchez the back. There's the gift to Sanchez, and he's bottled up and dropped. And Goodrow again. Great defensive front. Gallant, Murdoch, Keats, and Ledrew. Great stand by that defense. And Nova Scotia trying to draw New Brunswick offside. Delays the game. New Brunswick declines the penalty. Probably wise. McKay may be better from 5 yards back. From this range, he's got to get the ball up. It's sort of a wedge shot versus a 9-iron. And that one is up and through. And that will make the score Oh, apparently that was a field goal, so I guess they did not get the touchdown. So the field goal will now make the score Nova Scotia 3, New Brunswick 0. My apologies, folks. This drive, 2 plays old, and they have picked up 16 yards of offense so far. 3 receivers flank to the left. Tremblay's got a back in the backfield. He dumps it off to him, picks up a block, crosses the 50, crosses the 55. Flag is down and being pushed into touch at about the 42-yard line. Was a yard shy of where this possession started, or yard greater, I guess. So they made all that offense up, only to be right back where they started. Except now it's 2nd and 25. So as a coach, you probably don't have a play guaranteed to get you 25 yards, so you're going to try to get as much as you can and either gamble on 3rd down or punt it away with better field position. Tremblay looks, rolls around, tries to escape, gets outside, gets caught. He's going to be dragged down and lost more yards. Tremblay sacked in between his 20 and 25. There is a penalty flag down, however. And it looks like we're ready to get underway once more. 1st and 10 for New Brunswick. Ball just across the midfield stripe. Tremblay back to pass. He's got time. He looks. He's got a receiver down the middle looking for his brother Caleb. And that ball just a little bit too hot for Caleb to pull it in. Down around. We are inside the 8-minute mark in this second half of game 1 of the minigame series. Tremblay rolls to his right. He's looking downfield. He throws. He's got a receiver. And over the head of the now for the squad in blue. Nova Scotia in the royal blue. New Brunswick in the burgundy and gray. Baker has Sanchez in the backfield with him. A host of receivers flanked to either side. Looks for the dump pass. Well, pumps, picks, and throws that ball downfield. He had a receiver open. That's Kleinkacht, who had at their official spotted at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Down by 3. 4 minutes remaining in this mini game. Sam Tremblay at the helm for New Brunswick. Tremblay's got O'Donnell in the backfield and Mason. Tremblay rolls to his right. He's got a whole host of receivers out that way. Looks, throws the ball downfield, and it is caught. Caught for a big first down across the New Brunswick 50 to about their 46-yard line. It's a great play. Tremblay brings his charges to the line of scrimmage. He's got receivers flanked out on both sides, keeps the fullback home to block. Fakes the handoff. He gets caught. Gets outside. Tremblay. He's going to run. He gets to across the 45, and then drilled backwards. Fumble. The ball looks like the ball was fumbled and recovered by Nova Scotia. Far to his right as he's trying to get out of bounds and stop the clock. He coughs up the ball. Nova Scotia picked it up, and now it'll be 1st and 10. The clock stopped rather when the receiver went into touch. So 1st down for New Brunswick. Big defensive series for Nova Scotia. They have a lot of field to defend, so they don't want to give up anything too deep. Tremblay steps up and he's sacked. Sacked back at his 25-yard line. Tremblay trying to throw the ball deep, needed extra time, and that Nova Scotia rush got to him and brought him down back at the 25-yard line. Rallying. 2nd and 10. There's the snap. Tremblay rolls, tries to get away from that Nova Scotia rush. Gets to the 35, crosses the 30, down to the 25, and gets caught and won't get out of bounds on the last play of the game. Sam Tremblay tried to get out of bounds. He got stuck by a defender at about the 16 and brought down, and that's where time expires. To make the final in this one, Nova Scotia 3, New Brunswick no score. Nova Scotia just coming off a 3-0 win in the first mini game of the series against New Brunswick in the Royal Blue, kicking away to Ontario as we get ready to get started in Game 2 on finals. Today, in Football Canada's production of the Eastern Canadian U16 Challenge. A bounce inside the 20 and returning it up across the 30 to the 40, across the 40 to the 45. An excellent field position for Ontario to start this first drive of the morning. Now, before we get started, should also clarify that John Binns, head coach of Team Ontario, will rotate his quarterbacks. His quarterbacks are Baker, number 12. 1st and 10, Hamilton, Ontario. First drive, first play amounts to the bottom of your monitor, the boundary on the left, the top of your monitor. Here's the fake handoff, rolling it out. It's got Shepard. Shepard is down to the 40. He's getting to the outside, the 30. Flag is down. Shepard is rushing that ball down inside the 10-yard line, way upfield. So, sorry, not Shepard. That's Cedric, where Baker has 1st and 10. Boundary side of the field at the bottom of your monitor. Field side at the top. Baker fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, cuts it up the middle. He's across the 40 to the 35 and down at about the 32 or 33-yard line. Started in good field position for Ontario, and they have smartly moved the ball down to the 33-yard line of Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia have his guys from the other side of the Tantramar Marsh. There's Baker. He looks, throws the ball out in the flats. That's Smith again, and defensively rising to the occasion and making the tackle. I think that was Najwan. I've got the sun in my eyes a little bit. But outstanding play in the secondary. Sorry, that's not Najwan. The Eastern Canadian Challenge, brought to you by Football Canada and a whole host of sponsors, including T. Litson Sports, Barron Championship Rings, Delta Hotels, all the people that have worked together to help make this tournament an outstanding success, and that it has been here at the University of Guelph. So Elijah Hartley with enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Ontario now at the Nova Scotia 54-yard line. Time winding down in this first half of the mini game. 28 seconds remaining. Baker in the shotgun. Looks, hands it off. Malloy has a big hole. He's in deep into the secondary. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. He could go, and he does, for a huge 53-yard touchdown run. Donovan Malloy, Nova Scotia end zone, to give Ontario the early midpoint 6-0 lead. Now on to attempt the convert. Barrow is the placement kicker, the field goal kicker. Kyle Barrow, a receiver from Georgetown. It is up, and it is good. So that's going to make the score 7-0 in favor of Ontario. 12 seconds remaining in the opening half of the second mini game on the final day of the U16 Eastern Canadian Challenge, brought to you by Football Canada. The waning seconds of the opening half. There's the kickoff. And it's bobbled and fielded and trying to find some running room, but good special teams coverage downfield by Ontario limits that return on this, the final day of competition. And then our gold medal game, which will start at 2 p.m. Eastern time between Saskatchewan South and Quebec. McRae in the shotgun. Time clock has expired. This will be the last play of the first half, barring penalty. Looking to find something deep, and that ball just over the outstretched hands of the intended receiver. And that will bring the half to a conclusion. So these two teams will swap ends, and we will start again. And Ivory now back to return this punt for Ontario. He stands at his 50. McRae, the left-footed kicker. Kid never gets off the field. There's the punt. It's a nice high punt. Ivory's going to have an opportunity to return this. He takes that across. He's across the Nova Scotia 50, getting to the outside, the 40, the 35, the 30, and pushed into touch inside the Nova Scotia 30. So Ontario is going to have excellent field position to start. And once he crosses that white line, the officials will blow time in, and we'll get back to business here. 1st and 10 for Ontario. Mac Baker. He's got Ibrahim in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the Nova Scotia 12. It's a receiver in motion. Baker takes a snap, keeps it himself. There's a bit of a flood up the middle, and he gets down inside the 5. Back lead play, if you will. And you can have a good look at him following Ibrahim. He gets inside the 5 in Canada. First and goal, rather. They've got enough for a first down. Baker. He's got guys in motion. He keeps it himself and waltzes into the end zone for the Ontario touchdown. 8 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the second half of mini game 2. Attempt the field goal. Nothing like a linebacker who can kick for you. Ball is snapped, because if he misses, he can make the tackle downfield. At least he should be able to. Venneri connects, and Ontario jumps out to a 14-0 lead over Nova Scotia. And the kick. Second and 8, facing Baker, Mac Baker in that Ontario offense. He's got a whole host of receivers. Flanked to the wide side. There's an inside handoff, fakes it, pulls it, throws it, dumps it off. He's got a first down and then some. Cross, oh, and what a hit at the 44-yard line. What a hit. Take a look at this hit, folks. Right here. Doink. Oh, he stuck him up. What a great hit. That was a good technique tackle that stopped Elijah Hartley cold. Big. 2 backs. There's the fake to the second man. Baker keeps it himself, crosses the 40, gets to the 35 outside. He'll cross the 35 down to about the 33-yard line, and that's where he's marked out of bounds. That'll be close to enough for first down. That'll bring up second and short for Ontario. There's a whole host of receivers running to the right. Baker takes it, keeps it, he gets around the corner, and he crosses the 30 down to about the 26. On second and inches, he picked up about 8 yards. Probably enough to change the humidity and cool the players down a little bit. Ibrahim in the backfield. Baker at the quarterback. Empty backfield now. He's running at Ibrahim almost like an option, keeps it himself, cuts up the field, gets across the 20, and down almost to the 15. He's got Ibrahim and Ivory in the backfield. Ivory motions, hand off to Ibrahim. He tries the middle of that Nova Scotia defense, gets a good push upfield, and he's going to have more than enough for the first down. They're back on the field, and we will start chipping away at the last few minutes of this contest. Time is waved in. Baker is the quarterback. They try to hand that off in the backfield and met by a whole host of Nova Scotia defenders and dropped back at about the 18-yard line. Baker directing traffic. He's got Malloy and Ibram. There's the fake, wrong way. Baker opened up to the right. There was nothing there. He takes off. He's running. He's at the 5 and down inside the 5-yard line. That should be close. The 1. 2. Baker, the quarterback. He scored Ontario's last touchdown. And he'll plunge ahead, try to get in the end zone for Ontario's second touchdown. And he does. So Mac Baker's second touchdown of the day gives Ontario a 20-point lead over Nova Scotia. That ball is snapped, spotted, it's up, and it is good. So Ontario jumps out to a 21-0 lead over Nova Scotia. Forcing Ontario to punt the ball back to them and give them one more possession. Venneri, the punter. He stands at about his 50-yard line. Give or take, he should hit this shy of midfield. High snap, he corrals it, gets it away. And that one's going to go out of bounds. And it has. McRae. He's got Sanchez in the backfield. 3 down linemen for Ontario. Here comes the pressure. McRae steps up, tries to avoid it, does, and gets crabbed from behind and brought down shy of the first down marker. 0.9 seconds remaining. Ontario 21, Nova Scotia no score. Time has expired, and that's the ball game. So Nova Scotia comes out. They beat New Brunswick 3-0 in the first half of their doubleheader, if you will. And then they drop a 21-0 game to Ontario in Game 2. Now Ontario will try to refresh themselves a little bit. Both teams will line up and shake hands, and then we will be back with Game 3 in just a little bit. The punt, a decent punt. Malloy will come up to challenge that one. He's going to field it, crosses his 30, gets to the outside, crosses the 35, gets corralled and brought down just shy of the Ontario 40-yard line, and that's where the Ontario offense will start. First and 10. Horse collar penalty assessed to New Brunswick. That will give Ontario excellent field position. This drive will start at their 53-yard line. No, it looks like Max Barber is in at quarterback. Baker's in at quarterback, rather. Baker's in the shotgun. He's got a running back in the backfield. Fakes it, dumps it off to Malloy, gets outside. He gets to the 40, the 35. He could be off and running, and he's gone for an Ontario touchdown. We'll have to wait and see what the result of the play is. That one extremely well executed by Ontario, but now the officials are saying Ontario cheated. So not only do they lose the touchdown, lose the 57-yard gain, they're going to be. The player is down. He's being seen to. His needs are being met. That's Marcus Gould, a receiver, 6 foot, 153-pounder from Belleville. Belleville's a gateway to Prince Edward County. I'll tell you what, there isn't a much prettier place in Ontario than Belleville, Ontario. So the injured Ontario player making his way gingerly to the sidelines. He's going to be okay, likely back this afternoon. This morning, I guess it's still morning. Well, just afternoon. We just started at noon. Or did we? Is it still morning? Looks like it. Nova Scotia. Tremblay rolling out. He is isolated. A threat, I'll tell you, to run. That ball almost picked off to return for Ontario. This offering. He's going to hit this probably at about his 15, so Ontario should have excellent field position as a result. And that ball is going to go into touch, so Malloy will not have an opportunity to return it 10 at midfield. Baker in shotgun. He's got two backs in the backfield. Hands off to Ibrahim. He crosses some. No, he fakes it. Gets around the outside. Good contained by New Brunswick. And Baker should be stopped for loss. No, he gets away. He's rolling to the right. Gets downfield. Gets a couple of blocks and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 40 or the 38-yard line. Baker took off to his left. Boy, you got to be impressed with this kid's ability to improvise. Looked like a handoff. He trying to follow that lead play they've run so well against Nova Scotia in the last game. Yard line. That was first and 10 for the Garnet and Gray. Moving right to left on your computer monitor. Ontario in red with the black pants. Moving left to right on your computer monitor. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half of the mini game. Game 3. Pass back, it complete. That's a big completion downfield. by Tremblay. He hit his man up around the 45. Tremblay's got some weapons. His brother Caleb, Ivany, Gabe Richards, O'Donnell, he's been a threat. Tremblay looks to throw deep downfield, completes another pass, and then corralled at the Ontario 40 right away. Into the first half. But there's the handoff to Warden. He's going to barrel forward for the first down and gets it. So the first half/quarter is over. The two teams will change ends. The boundary to the left. Tremblay looks to the right, rolls a little bit, sets up, throws, completes a pass to Richards, and he should have enough for a first down. Gabe Richards. Johnson in the backfield. Tremblay gives it to him again. He tries the other side, and a whole host of red jerseys there, or the Ontario 10 rather. And it looks like New Brunswick is going to gamble on third down. No, it looks like we're going to try a field goal attempt. This would be a roughly 18-yarder. That ball is spotted. It's up. And it is good. So, a long drive that started at the New Brunswick 10 ends in a 17 or 18-yard field goal for New Brunswick, and it's called an 18-yarder. So they will have to attempt that kickoff again. Ball on the 45, Ontario set. There's the kick. It's going to dribble down the field. It's fielded at about the 28, across the 35 to the 40, getting up to about the 45. And now New Brunswick has indicated that there was a fumble by the Ontario returner, and New Brunswick has recovered that fumble. So that'll give New Brunswick. So just when the defense was able to get a stop and hold New Brunswick to a field goal, the special teams coughs up. Reminder that these players are all under 16 years of age. Great development opportunity for all of them. There's a handoff. Pricking his way upfield and trying to get a first down is O'Donnell. He is up to the 30. New Brunswick needs to get the 29 for the first down. We'll have to see. Oh, sorry, that was Murdoch, the big dog. We'll have to see that ball from Alumni Field at the University of Guelph. I'm Don Edwards, your host for today. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be. Tremblay calling signals, drops back, looks to throw. He's airing it out. He's got a receiver and two defenders in there. It's picked off by Ontario. And returning that ball out across the 30 to the 35 position, jumped up, fielded that ball, and then was able to get it back out across the 35. So Ontario will scrimmage. I thought it was Ibrahim, but it was Hartley. Second down and probably about 6 or 7. Facing Baker. He's got Ibrahim in the eye. There's the handoff. Now it's back to Baker. He rolls to his left, looking to throw. Can't find anybody. Cuts it back up inside. He crosses the 50, works his way up towards midfield. No flags are down. That'll be enough for an Ontario first down. Baker moves the Ontario offense with his own feet. We talked about how elusive Tremblay can be. Baker can be as well. Still first down, but they have just lost 10 yards. So 1st and 20, Ontario back at their 44-yard line. Baker at the quarterback. Ibrahim remains the setback. 3 receivers flank wide to the right. Ibrahim, Baker keeps it, looks to find some space, nothing doing. New Brunswick has seen enough of that, and they shut it down. 4 or 5, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 18. Sorry, 2nd and 28. Tremblay, the quarterback. Tremblay fakes, boots to his left, looks downfield. He's got his brother there. That ball is high and incomplete. His ability to get the ball, but remember, both players have equal right to the ball. They just cannot make contact with each other. So the defender has as much. One man deep. There's the punt. Malloy chasing that down. He fields it at about his 27. He's across the 30. Gets pushed back. And that's where Ontario will scrimmage.
All right, Andrew, winning number for the 50-50, 5044110. 5044110.
Well, I didn't win the 50-50. That's probably just as well. Here's the play, Baker. There's the handoff to Ibrahim. He's across the 35 and caught short of the 30. Minutes before that one. Two teams come back on the field. Five yards to go for the first down. Baker, the quarterback. Ibrahim, the tailback. There's the handoff to Ibrahim. He's got more than enough for the first down as he's getting up to the 25 and down to about the 23-yard line. That's more than enough for an Ontario first down. Max Baker, their quarterback. Tay Ibrahim, the running back from Niagara Falls in the backfield. Everyone else out in the flats. Baker looking, can't find somebody. He decides to take off. Yeah, time has expired, and Baker gets tackled. And the officials